Kryoni JMS tutorial. In this video, let's see how to configure user roles and settings. Whether you're a journal manager, editor, or a part of a publishing team, this feature is essential for maintaining a smooth and a secure journal management workflow. By end of this video, you will clearly understand how to create and configure new roles, assign the right permission through role-based access control, and easily invite and manage user in a user-friendly platform. Now let's move on how to create a user roles and setting. For that, log into your journal management portal. Go to the particular journal you want to add the users. Navigate to journal settings, under which you can see an option of user roles and settings. Here you will see option to add and manage all user roles. By default, you will notice three categories. One is editorial roles, and another one is the reviewers and authors. In editorial rules section, where you can add your editorial members, associate editors, or board members. And in the reviewer section is the place where you can add your reviewers for this particular journal. And next one is the author section. The list of registered author for the particular journal will be shown here. And it's important to note that you can't invite the authors directly from here. Instead, you can send them the submission link via email or any other communication medium. Once they are registered, their email ID and the details will be shown here. Now let's see how to add the editorial roles. For that, go here, click the option Create New Role. As previously said, Kryoni JMS follows a role-based access control. The main advantage of the role-based access control is that each user gets exact permission what they need. This helps in improved security and the flexibility. Here you can see the 4 levels of permissions. One is a journal level permission. Another one is the stage-wise permission. You can give the user stage-wise permission, whether they may be submission stage or review or production. You can choose the stage-wise permission for the particular user. First, let's enter the role name. For now, I'm entering it as EIC. So, based on your journal guidelines, you can assign the permission for each user. So, Kryoni JMS is a very flexible portal. Whether it may be a small publishing house or a large-scale publishing house, they can configure according to their journal needs. So, for now, I'm just giving the journal level permission. Permission to manage participants, view dashboard, status board, author URL. So, I'm giving some of the permission for the EIC. Based on your journal, you can choose what permission the user needs. There are 3 levels of permission: read, manage, and decision making. If you want to give the user only the read-only access, you can choose read permission. And if you want the user to upload, edit, or initiate discussion and manage documents, you can give the manage permission. And if the user can take decision, gives authority to accept or reject the manuscript, you can give the decision making permission. So there's a stage-wise permission. For EIC, I'm giving the review access. So in review, I'm giving all the permission: read, manage, and decision making. Next, there's an auto-include option. This auto-include option is very handy. Let's say, for example, if you want a EIC to be included in all manuscript workflow by default, such as submission, review, or production, you can use this option at the time. You can click yes and click on Add New. So if you want a specific user to be presented in the submission and the review workflow, you can just click on user, choose the user whomever you want to be added, and you can select the workflow. So for which workflow they want to be auto included as a participant. So for now, I'm selecting submission and review. So for submission, I'm giving the read-only access. So and next, there is an option where you can configure the user based on the submission subject as well. So now I'm giving yes, and you can choose the subject. Let's say, for example, this particular user is expertised in life science and biomedicine. If an author submits the manuscript in this subject, this user will be auto-assigned in the given workflow. We have chosen review and submission. So for this workflow, the user will be auto-assigned. So now the auto include participants is over. So once after configuring everything, you can just click on save. So now you can see here the new role EIC has been created. For now, there is no user assigned. So for adding user, go here, click on add user, and you can select the role from the given drop down. You can select for which role you are going to add the user. I'm selecting EIC and you can add the user here. You can just enter the user. If the user is already registered, you can enter their email ID or name and you can add it. If you want to invite the new user, there's an option here, invite user. So click on that. Once after clicking the invite user, it will be redirected to the invite user form. Here's where you will be filling all the details of the user. So for the concerned email address, I invite our mail will be sent. So from there, the user can be registered the JMS portal and add as a user. So here I am adding one new user, adding their first name, last name, and email ID. Entering the mobile number. And just filling out all the mandatory fields for now. And you can choose the users or specific subjects, expertise and all here. And if you want to add the user's affiliation, can click yes and add all the users affiliation. And here you can choose the editorial role, for which editorial role we are going to add. So once after all the mandatory field is filled, I click on invite. So now a new user is invited. In this pending invite section, you can see a new user has been invited. So for the particular user, the invite mail would have been triggered. Now let's see how this user accepts the invitation. First, the user needs to register in our JMS portal. So now let's see how the user registers and accept the invitation. So for that, I'm going to the Kryoni JMS portal and registering the user. So the OTP will be asked. So once the OTP is entered, the user will be logged in into the Kryoni registration page. So here they can see the pending invite section here. I'm viewing the invitation. So there's an invitation to join the publication houses and EIC. So the user can accept or decline the invitation. For now, I'm accepting this invite. So the user accepts the invite and got the access to the particular journal as an EIC. Now let's go back to the journal manager and see how the user has been added. In the Journal Manager tab, you can see under this role EIC, a new user has been added. This is how we will be creating a new role and adding the user in Kryoni JMS. In our next video, let's see how to add reviewers. Thank you.